Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Brickazoid's Den. So today, I'm sad to say that this might be the final video of my Adventure Time seasons ranking video. For now, it is. I might do stuff when Fiona and Cake comes out, but that's might be a little while. So, for now, might be it. This might be it. So, I thought that considering I've done all the episodes of not all the episodes, but the episodes of every season, the ones that I think are worthy of being a top 5, top 10, top 20, whatever I did, and also doing Distant Lands, also doing all my top ones. I've decided that I will now do my official seasons ranking. So I guess we'll get into it. So to start off this list, I have season 9 as number 10. I guess here is season 9. Because, well, it's just, it was definitely a short season. I think there was only 14 episodes, but most of those episodes, or a pretty good amount of them, I think more than half, were taken up by the Elements miniseries, which is definitely not my favorite miniseries at all. It was not too great compared to the other ones, and overall, these episodes, they just didn't really get me, they weren't really good. They weren't really great. I thought it was interesting. The first episode of season 9 is called Orb, which is Finn, Jake, and BMO are on like a boat ride back to the Land of Ooo, back to their little like island area, and they have dreams. So that was an interesting episode. But then they go straight into the Elements miniseries, which was good while I watched it, but after rethinking it, I'm like, it wasn't great. And then after that, we just kind of have a bunch of episodes of everybody. The people of the Land of Ooo is what I mean. Kind of just dealing with the repercussions of it. Jake became like a blue creature, and now he has an episode called Abstract where he has to kind of meet with Jermaine, and hopefully it will fix him, which it does at the end. Then you also have Catch Up in this season where BMO and Marceline catch up on all these different things that happen in their lives. Then there was a weird episode that I didn't really like much called Fiona and Cake and Fiona, which was basically Fiona became real or something, and Ice King. It was like an Ice King episode, but it wasn't a good one. Then there was Whispers, which was Finn and Fern episode, where they're basically together trying to keep Sweet Pea safe. And then the final episode of the season, which was called Three Buckets. Finn and Fern fight each other, and then that's kind of how they ended the season. So, yeah, I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it was just definitely the worst season, I think. For number 9 on the list, this might come as a bit of a shock, I guess. Number 9 is season 1. And my reason, I know, before everybody freaks out, my reason is that I enjoy a lot of story, a lot of wacky things that happen, and I think Adventure Time has a lot of that. Season 1 didn't, which is fair, because this is introducing the show. This is saying, like, hey, these are our characters, this is Finn and Jake, this is who they are. And stuff like that. I mean, there are definitely some good episodes. My favorite episode of all time came from this season, Rainy Day Daydream, which is episode 23. And, it's a really great episode. And there are a lot of good episodes in this season, but there's no wild overarching story, which is what we get into in season 2, which is higher up on this list. But, like, for example, the final episode of the season is the Gut Grinder episode, which would be considered like the season finale. Usually season finales of Adventure Time have like a very big pivotal moment. This one didn't, obviously. It was just, it's fine because it was just introducing the show to everybody, to all the viewers. But, that's just kind of why it's down here a little bit. Just, there's not a lot of crazy story aspects that really got me interested, or not interested, but that really made the show what it is in the later seasons. So. For number 8 on the list, we have season 8. And I think I included this one as number 8 because I think this is when Adventure Time started to kind of slow down a little bit. Because, there's that point with, I think, a lot of shows where the shows just kind of get, they slow down. They just slow down. And I think this is where that actually happened with season 8. I mean, we started off with a really great episode for the beginning, the premiere, which was Broke His Crown, where Ice King and Marceline go into Ice King's crown and, like, do a bunch of stuff. I couldn't name it all. Then we get into some other episodes that weren't crazy. There was an episode, I Am Sword, which was pretty cool, where Finn, his Finn sword is lost, and this is where the Finn sword actually ends up being destroyed. We have some pretty interesting episodes here, like Normal Man, where Magic Man doesn't have his powers anymore. It was just good to see that world again, to revisit that world. But then we also have a lot of episodes that set up the Elemental Island slash Elemental miniseries, which was good. Well, the Islands miniseries was good. The Elemental Elements miniseries wasn't great, but like there was an episode where we set up Patient St. Pim. But then there's episodes like The Music Hole, which was a really great episode. There's episodes like Pre-Boot and Reboot, and then there's episodes like Do No Harm, which, I mean, I didn't really like that episode much, but I know that was just trying to introduce Fern and stuff like that. And then there was, Two Swords, which was good to see. That was like the Fern episode when Fern was introduced. There was High Strangeness, which was a really, really good episode of mine. I don't know, what was it, Season 8? How did that not be number one on what was my number one for Season 8? I don't remember, but High Strangeness was a great episode. That was the Tree Trunks alien episode with Princess Bubblegum. I really love that one. And then we have, of course, Jelly Beans Have Power, which is the Princess Bubblegum episode. Finally, she's able to use her powers. And then we get straight into the Island miniseries, where Islands Part 8, The Light Cloud, is where we end. So, yeah, I mean, overall, it was a pretty alright season, but like I said, I think this is when Adventure Time started to slow down a little bit, and eventually brought us into Season 9, which is obviously not the best season. But then I think Season 10, most of it was not incredible, but then the final episode really brought it back. For number 7 on the list, we have Season 2. I've been jumping back and forth here, but it falls under the same issue that I have with, well, not issue, but the same thing that I had with Season 1. Where, it's a lot of episodes just kind of introducing our characters. They're good episodes, don't get me wrong. Love all these episodes. Well, not all of them, but most of them. Most of them, I'd say. Well, actually, Season 2, I'm looking through the list of episodes here. There's actually not really a bad episode in this season. Well, yeah. No, actually, no. Those are all good. Yeah, anyways, you get the point. They just, it's the one episode, 11-minute story, and then that's it. But what brings it a little bit higher than Season 1 is that we have the Mortal Folly and Mortal Recoil episodes, which were Fate of the World deals. They were like this is where the Lich was introduced. Then we had the follow-up episode where Princess Bubblegum is being taken over by the Lich. But then we also have some really great one-off episodes, whatever, like Death in Bloom, which is a really good one. Mystery Train, where Finn and Jake have to try and solve a mystery on a train. That's where everybody turns to skeletons and everything. The Chamber of Frozen Blades, where Finn and Jake infiltrate Ice King's castle. And then we have episodes like Loyalty to the King, where Ice King shaves his beard, and that all happens. That was a good episode. And then It Came from the Nightosphere as well, which was the premiere of Season 2, where we get to see Hunson Abadir, which was one of my favorite characters. Well, not one of my favorite characters, but a very, very good character of Adventure Time, I think. And he looks very powerful, so. Yeah, I don't know. It was a good season. It just falls under the same category as Season 1 for me a little bit, but that definitely does not mean I do not like it. It just, all the other seasons I think were maybe a little bit better. So for number 6, this is where things get tough, because this is the final season. It was Season 10. This is number 6 is Season 10, and a lot of the episodes, they just weren't great. I mean, like The Wild Hunt, which was the premiere, it was a classic Adventure Time episode. The 11-minute story. You had the continuing the Huntress Wizard storyline, which was very good. I believe it was the Huntress Wizard, right? She was in this episode. I think it was. Yes, yeah, it was. And that was a good episode. But then we have episodes like Always BMO Closing, and I'm just like, what? What? And then episodes like Son of Rat Bear and Ring of Fire, which was just more of a silly episode, but it wasn't great. I don't know, just episodes like that, and I'm just like, man, that wasn't really that good. I mean, there are good episodes in this. Bonnabelle Bubblegum, 17. Marcy and Hunson was a good episode, but that was also like an 11-minute story. It wasn't too crazy to the overall arcing episode here. And then you had The First Investigation. Bananas was kind of good, not great though. It was just good to see, I think Finn and Ice King were working together, so that was pretty cool. Jake the Star Child was a pretty good episode overall. Temple of Mars as well. Gumbaldia was fine. But then, of course, Come Along With Me, which was a very incredible episode. Of course, the final episode of Adventure Time. And I don't know. It was tough to put this at number 6. But when you look at all the episodes here, and especially because it's a short season, so maybe that's why I'm a little bit more, it's a little bit tougher to gauge here because there's a lot less episodes than some of the other seasons. It's just, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. For number 5, we're in the top 5 now. Number 5 for this list is season 7 of Adventure Time. And, this season is very, it's almost back to the basics, in my opinion, kind of, which is not a bad thing, to be honest with you. It was good. It was we previously season 6 had 43 episodes and season 5 had 52. Now we're back to the 26 episodes for season 7, and it was good. It was good. We have our opening episode, which is Bonnie and Nettie, where what was it? King of Ooh and Toronto are trying to go into some secret room in the castle or something like that, and Nettie is there, and they have to take care of him. Whatever. It was good to start off, but then you had episodes like Varmints, which was incredible. Cherry Cream Soda, another incredible episode where Dirt Beer Guy and Cherry Cream Soda reunited. Some pretty silly episodes like Mama Said, where they have to fight the mushrooms, the flying mushrooms. And then you also have the Stakes miniseries in this season as well, which I think is the best miniseries of Adventure Time. But it was good. It was really good, actually. And you have, some of the other episodes, like Summer Showers, which wasn't my complete favorite, but it was, they had to have some of those in there. There are some fun episodes like Angel Face, which was where BMO is like a cowboy. I love that episode. That was a pretty fun one. And then there are episodes like, I'm just running through the list here, Bad Jubies, which is incredible. A King's Ransom, another very good episode. Scamps, which I wasn't crazy about. That's when Finn has to take care of a bunch of Marshmallow Kids or something like that. Crossover, which was a very good story episode, which set us up for a lot of the episodes in the future seasons, and especially Distant Lands, I think. Or no, wait, no. Well, yeah, kind of, because the Lich's hand gets cut off, and then it gets separated into all the different multiverses, and that's why the Lich's hand, the Lich itself, is still alive, which was interesting. And then there are some episodes like Flute Spell, which kind of set up the Huntress Wizard storyline, which was very short, but still very nice. And then our final episode was the Thin Yellow Line, where Finn and Jake dress up as banana guards and infiltrate the place, whatever it's called, the barracks, and they try to stop a conspiracy. And that, wasn't the best finale, but there wasn't a lot of crazy storyline episodes, but I think what was good to see is that some of these episodes highlighted how the King of Ooh is the new ruler, is the new dictator here, because Princess Bubblegum isn't ruling the Candy Kingdom anymore. So I thought that was a pretty cool piece to the story. I believe that storyline ends in, is it Stakes Part 8, I think, and Princess Bubblegum becomes kind of princess again? I think. I might be wrong about that. Anyways, and then you have episodes like Bad Jubies, which was a great episode because of the animation style. But then, when you see episodes like A King's Ransom, Crossover, there are storylines. This season was very good at wrapping up storylines from the other seasons, and also somewhat in regards to Crossover, continuing them. Number 4 on the list here, we have season 6, and it was a long season. It was a 43 episode season. That's pretty long. Not as long as season 5, but it's still kind of long. I liked the premiere episodes here, Wake Up and Escape from the Citadel, which were the Finn meets his dad, and the Lich is still around. I don't actually remember this exact storyline. I haven't watched Adventure Time in a little bit, but very good starts to the season. It was very story heavy, which was good, and I like that. I like the Lich's story always. But then you also had your 11-minute, one story, one episode, or one story episodes like Sad Face and, I don't know, Furniture and Meat, The Prince Who Wanted Everything, which was, your Fiona and Cake episode. And then there was some other bigger episodes, like the episode Something Big, where Maja the Sky Witch attacks the Candy Kingdom. That's where Captain Root Beer Guy dies, which was a shame. As well as, didn't Crunchy get damaged or something? I don't remember what it was. Anyways, but a lot of the 11-minute episodes here are very, very good. Episodes like Little Brother, where Shelby gets Kent, and Kent goes to battle. Love that episode. Thanks for the crap apples, Giuseppe. Another amazing episode. Princess Day, Nemesis. Get some background information on Joshua and Margaret with the episode Joshua and Margaret Investigations. Ghostfly, just, some pretty silly-ish episodes, or just, those kinds of episodes, Jake the Brick, which is a really good episode in my opinion. Just kind of going through the list here. We had Evergreen, which I think was a very good start to showing how the crown came to be. Of course, that's what it was supposed to do, and I think it kind of set us up for the Elemental series, because the original Elemental from this episode of Evergreen, which is the Candy Elemental Chatsberry, I think his name was, he helped Princess Bubblegum finally be able to use his powers, which was very cool to see. And then we also had, at the end of the season here, I'm scrolling down, we kind of had like our actual story, I guess, for this season. I think it ended pretty well, in my opinion. We have the Orgalorg story arc, where we learn about how Gunther is actually a giant evil giant evil creature called the Orgalorg, and it could like take over. I don't know. It was supposed to like do something with a comet, and I think that was pretty good. That was a nice, not only end of the season, but a great storyline for season 6. And this is like our big bad villain of that season, and I like it. I thought he was a pretty cool villain. As well as developing the storyline of Martin Mertens and Finn the Human, and they're kind of dynamic, but eventually at the end, Finn is saved by Martin, I believe, on his giant flying moth. But season 6, it was pretty good. For number 3 on the list, we have actually season 3, and I think this is when I really started to kind of like get into Adventure Time. This is when I would watch it weekly. When I really, really enjoyed the episodes. I mean, when I'm looking through the list here of episodes for season 3, so far I cannot find an episode that I really didn't enjoy, and that's wild. Yeah, I'm looking through all the episodes. These are all great episodes. I mean, you have episodes like your premiere, which is Conquest of Cuteness. Great start to the season. It was very, it felt like Adventure Time. This is when I started to get to understand what Adventure Time kind of was. It was like you had your 11-minute episodes, and this is what they're going to be. And this is when I think that they established what the show is going to be, and now they're going to go into all the good stuff. And this is definitely good stuff. Another episode in here that I really, really enjoyed, Memory of a Memory, where we go into Marceline's memory, and we learn about Hans and Abadir and all those characters. Too Young, Wizard Battle, we get to see Abracadaniel. The Fiona and Cake episode begins here. What Was Missing, the singing episode, Apple Thief. I mean, there's so many good episodes here. Another zombie episode, From Bad to Worse. The really creepy episode, No One Can Hear You, where Finn has to fight Jake after the deer broke his legs or something. Jake versus Meow, which came from a fan of Adventure Time, which was crazy. The award-winning episode, Thank You, or award, was it nominated or win? I still didn't look that up after last video of this series. And then the Christmas episodes, Holly Jolly Secrets, which were once again incredible. And Dad's Dungeon, where we got to see the Demon Bloodsword. And then finally the final episode of season 3, which was Incendium, which began the Flame Princess storyline, which is an amazing, amazing storyline. Really, really love it. All right, for number 2 on this list, we have season 4. Yeah, this was a good season. I mean, all these are good. I love Adventure Time so much, but this is definitely a great season. We have our premiere, which was Hot to the Touch, continuing our Flame Princess storyline from the finale of last season. But then you have, your classic, really good episodes. We have the Return to the Nightosphere and Daddy's Little Monster, 2 episodes where we get to see a lot of the Nightosphere, a lot of Marceline the Vampire Queen. Continuing on, we have some really great episodes like Goliad, which I really loved. Gotcha, which is the Lumpy Space Princess episode, trying to write a book, which was really great. Princess Cookie, of course, Baby Snaps, love them. Card Wars, we get to learn about. Burning Low, which was another Flame Princess episode, which was incredible. Bimo Noir, a really great episode. Just a lot of great episodes in this season overall. Reign of Gunters, I Remember You. We got the Marceline and Princess Bubblegum. Not the Marceline, Princess Bubblegum. The Marceline and Ice King background, as well as finishing off with the Lich. For number 1 on the list, we have season 5. This was the long season. This was the 52 episode season, and I had a lot of trouble figuring out, obviously, my number one favorite season of Adventure Time. And, you know, there's a lot of, like, 11-minute episodes, but these are all really good. This is really tough. But, yeah, Season 5 is definitely my number one, I think. I don't know. But we start off with our premiere 2 episodes, kind of, which was Finn the Human and Jake the Dog. I believe they premiered alongside each other. And they were obviously incredible, picking up right where Season 4 left off. We have 5 short Graybles, which are 5 more short Graybles, continuing that episodes. And then we have a bunch of, very good episodes. We continue the Fiona and Cake series with the Marshall Lee, the Vampire King episode. We continue Flame Princess and Finn's relationship with episodes like Vault of Bones, Simon and Marcy, where we get to learn about Ice King and Marceline's past. Way more episodes. I'm just going through the list here. We get to see a little bit of Jake's past as well, as he was a part of his old gang in One Last Job with Tiffany, the Flying Lettuce Brothers, and I forget Gareth, I think his name is. I don't remember. Episodes like Candy Streets, which was really good. The Finn and Jake investigation episode with Lumpy Space Princess because somebody stole something from her. I can't speak. Episodes like Be More, we get to learn about BMO's history. Frost and Fire, which is a great episode, as well as Earth and Water. Those 2 episodes go hand in hand, which is the Flame Princess versus Ice King episode, which eventually ends the Flame Princess and Finn relationship, which was a very big moment because that's been going on since, like, the end of Season 3, kind of. Then we have a lot more fun episodes. A very good episode, We Fix a Truck. Love that episode with Banana Man. That one's just like a very calm episode that I can just like come home, sit down, and just watch it. It is just great. It's great. Then we have a little bit more story as well with Playdate and The Pit, where Ice King and Abracadaniel summon Keoth, and then Keoth traps Jake, thinking that he is what's his name? Oh my God, thinking that he's Joshua. And then, continuing on, this is where Root Beer Guy is introduced. I love Root Beer Guy. Apple Wedding, which is a great episode where Princess Bubblegum... I mean, why did I always say Princess Bubblegum? What is going on with that? That is really weird. Where Mr. Pig and Tree Trunks get married. Continuing on, we get, Blade of Grass, where Finn gets his new sword. His grass sword, which is clearly a very important moment because then that sets up Fern and everything. Continuing on, we have more episodes. We get Betty, where Betty comes back from... Like, they open up, like, the portal or whatever, and then Betty jumps through. A really emotional episode called, which was Bad Timing, where Lumpy Space Princess meets up with, like, an old friend, and they have, like, a relationship, and then he just, like, disappears and dies or something. I don't even remember. And then you have Lemon Hope, which was a pretty good story, and then Billy's Bucket List, which introduced us to Canyon. And Finn and Canyon go out and solve Billy's bucket list, which then sets us up for Season 6, where Billy says that Finn's dad is still alive. So that was it for the final episode, or the final video of the series. It has been really great to do this series. I really, really enjoyed it. And it's a little sad that it's coming to an end, but maybe one day I'll, like, revise my season ranking here. Maybe I'll have different opinions, because, my opinions always change. So, if you enjoyed that video, do the common YouTube stuff, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.